One of the most valuable lessons that you can learn in this entire video. This tip alone will literally change your life if you apply it correctly. Now, before we get into the video, I need you to smash the like button if you're ready for this information. Now let's get started. So listen. Too many people are wasting their time and energy throughout the day because they do want to understand how to properly pace themselves and manage their energy. So this next concept that I'm about to teach you is called daily energy boost from retention. And it's very simple. It's very basic, but not many people actually practice it. So let me explain what this means. So there's two things that go into this energy boost that you can get every single day. The first thing is retention, which is pretty self-explanatory. If you retain your energy throughout the day, then you're going to have more energy at night. This is something that most people automatically do wrong. They wake up early, they start working, they're redoing everything that they have to do during the day. And by the end of the day, when it is time for them to be productive, their body is completely drained. They have no energy, they feel tired and exhausted, and guess what happens? They don't get anything done. So the first part of this is learning how to retain your energy throughout the day, so you can save that energy for the evening. The second thing is pacing yourself. A lot of us throughout the day, we work at a very high pace. We read constantly, rushing around trying to get everything done as fast as possible because we feel like we're always behind. But when we do this, we burn ourselves out. There is only so much energy in one person, and if we continue to work at a very high pace throughout the entire day, guess what's going to happen? Eventually, we're going to run out. So if we want to pace ourselves throughout the day where we work at a very high level in the morning, we should take it easy at night. But most people do it backwards. They take it easy in the morning, and then they try to work at a high level at night, but guess what happens? They're so tired, they have no energy, they feel burned out, so nothing gets done. Now let me explain to you exactly why this happens. It's because our bodies are very similar to machines. Machines need oil changes, and they need tune-ups from time to time. That's exactly what our bodies need. We need to take some time off from time to time, especially after we've been working very hard. Most people don't do this. They just keep working, and eventually, what happens? Their machine breaks down. They get sick, they catch the flu, they have all these different types of health problems. Let me give you an example. You know how when you drive your car for a long period of time, eventually your engine starts to overheat? So what does your car do? It automatically turns on the check engine light so you know something's wrong. Your body does the exact same thing. When you push yourself too hard for a long period of time without taking any breaks or doing anything to relax, what's going to happen? Your body's going to start to break down, and you'll notice that you'll get sick, you'll have the flu, maybe even some stomach problems, or some other type of issue. Now let's say you're someone who does take care of yourself. You go to the gym, you eat healthy, you drink lots of water. Even if you're doing those things, guess what still happens? You still get sick from time to time because you need to give your body time to rest. You know how when you're at the gym and you lift weights, afterwards your muscles are very sore? That's because you worked your body very hard and your muscles need time to recover and rebuild themselves. Same thing applies to everything else in life. When you work yourself very hard, you need to give yourself time to recover. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Patrick, I don't have time to do that. Guess what? You do? You just have to make time. You know how when you have a pile of dishes in your sink, eventually you're going to have to wash them. Same thing applies to your body. If you continue to push yourself over and over again without giving yourself time to rest, what's going to happen? Eventually, you're going to break down and you won't be able to do anything. One of the biggest mistakes that most of us make throughout the day is that we constantly think about the past and we constantly think about the future. When we think about the past, we start to dwell on all the mistakes that we've made in the past. We start to think about all the things that we could have done differently, and guess what happens? We start to feel bad about ourselves. We start to feel guilty. Same thing with the future. We constantly worry about the future. We think about all the things that could potentially go wrong. We think about all the different types of issues that could come up, and guess what happens? We stress ourselves out. There was a study that was done by Harvard University, and they found that 43% of all the heart attacks that happened, they occurred within 2 days of a major stressful event. Stress is one of the worst things that you can possibly put on your body. Too much stress can literally kill you. So if we want to avoid all this extra stress, what we need to do is focus on the present moment. We need to focus on what we're doing right now. Because guess what? Life is happening right now. Everything else is either in the past or it's in the future. You know, when we focus on the present moment, we become more aware of our thoughts. We become more aware of our actions. And when we do this, we can start to control our emotions instead of our emotions controlling us. Now let me tell you why this is so important. There's a big difference between being busy and being productive. Being busy means you're doing a lot of different things throughout the day, but none of it is really moving you forward. You're just spinning your wheels. On the other hand, Productivity means you're getting things done and you're actually making progress. Too many of us want to be productive, but we don't know how to do it effectively. We don't know how to do it efficiently. So if we want to be productive, we need to focus on the present moment. We need to turn off all distractions and we need to work until we get it done. Because once we get it done, then we can take some time off. Once we take some time off, then we can go back to work and do it all over again. But this is something that most people don't understand. They just work, and eventually they burn themselves out. They become less productive, and guess what happens? They accomplish less than someone who works smarter and not harder. I want you to close your eyes right now and think about all the different things that you have to do throughout the day. Think about all the different tasks and responsibilities that you have and ask yourself this: how can I break this down into smaller chunks? How can I work on one thing at a time? Because when we try to do too much at once, we spread ourselves too thin. We become less effective and less efficient, and guess what happens? We accomplish less. For example, let's say you have 3 different tasks that you have to do throughout the day. Instead of trying to do all 3 of them at the same time, what you should do is sit down and focus on the first task. Give that task your full attention, and once you finish that task, move on to the next one. This way, you're not spreading yourself too thin, and you're able to focus on one thing at a time. Now, once you've accomplished all your tasks for the day, that's when you can reward yourself. You can do whatever you want to do, whether it's playing video games, watching TV, or hanging out with friends. But this is something that most people don't understand. They don't know when to work and when to play, so they end up burning themselves out and accomplishing less. So remember, bros, if you want to be successful in life, you need to know when to work and you need to know when to play. You need to know how to retain your energy throughout the day, and you need to know how to pace yourself. Don't work too hard in the morning and take it easy at night. Take it easy in the morning and work hard at night. And always remember to focus on the present moment. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.